Hey everybody, what's up? Good evening, and we are here today with the latest episode of Business Bars and Brunch, and I am here with none other than the Mr. Livin Lavish himself. Welcome.
Yeah, baby, I'm here.
Okay, we at it again.
Yeah.
It's like what?
Oh Lord.
10 years later?
Probably longer than that. That picture just popped up in my timeline.
Oh my God. Okay. So this is exciting. I never brought like no notes, no nothing. We just can run it or
Right.
whatever, you know. Okay. So again, we have Rail here. You want to introduce yourself to the people who?
For the people that don't know, my name is.
For the people that don't know, yeah.
For the people that don't know, my name is Rail. A lot of people know my brand as Livin Lavish. I've been on the scene for a while, so I'm just really out here just networking. That's it.
Networking.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So tell me about kind of the transition, right? So you was on the scene and you was on the scene, you was popping.
Right.
Then you dipped off the scene for a little while.
Yeah.
Then you came back and bigger and better results.
Right.
How does that feel?
I mean, it's a good thing because it's like I was able to learn my craft and learn my brand and figure out what people really want. Once I realized what people wanted from my brand, that's when it just took off.
It just took off.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm excited. So I feel like everybody. So I have people. They come in they ask me about y'all. They tell me something, but then they like, oh, Livin Lavish.
Right.
Or I'm like if I say real, they like some people know, but other people like the Lavish guy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing because sometimes people know the person, but they don't know the brand.
Right.
So whenever they say sometimes people know you, but then they know your work.
Right.
Or whatever, that's different. So now people know your work.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I'm with it. I could appreciate that. I'm laughing, but the shit is not funny, y'all.
Right.
It's really lit. It's really lit.
Yeah, it is.
And it's crazy to watch it because I remember whenever I first seen you long time ago.
Right.
It's like, who's that guy with those Livin Lavish shirts? It's like, oh, them shirts nice. And everybody wanted one. I know I didn't know what it was yet, what it stood for, but the shirt was nice.
Right.
So I used to buy them on the corner everywhere because it was everywhere.
I was everywhere.
And to see it, so you started with the first one, the Livin Lavish, and then you transitions into multiple shirts and different stuff. So it's growing, right?
Right.
So what are you doing right now with the brand as far as the clothing side of things?
Well, we're getting ready for the winter.
Okay.
The fall, winter time. We got the sweatsuits. A lot of people have been asking me about the hoodies. I mean, for years. Man, I still don't have my hoodie yet. And honestly, that's me because
Yeah.
Because the kids is more on it than anything.
Absolutely.
For school, man, I need a red one. I need a blue one. So we just preparing ourselves for fall and winter, getting fall and winter colors together, and just coming out with the whole unit and just doing different. I mean, we with the brand. I like to keep it simple.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just live by that motto, simplicity is genius. I heard Tracy Morgan say that the more simple things are, it's not all over the place. People can, they can understand and see it, and it feel comfortable wearing or even getting involved in. So we keeping it simple.
Okay, that's good. Hold on, you got something ready.
But
Yeah, it's off.
Okay.
It was just a little thing about how it's gonna show up on that.
Yeah.
So got the brand working on the fall season. So we are where we at? August. So we can expect to see something as far as when?
September.
So next month, right around the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's close. That wasn't the start because music was the start.
Yeah,
right?
music was the start. When I started in 1999. Right?
That's crazy.
That's crazy. So we jotted down the name Livin Lavish because it was we was trying to come up with a rap group and entertainment company because at the time Houston, Texas was popping.
Oh yeah.
And that was the time Cash Money and all that was doing their thing. So it was
the
2000, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we in my mom's house, me and my cousin Earl, and I was like, bro, we already rapping because we was a part of a group called Young Money Makers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was doing all kind of music, opening up for Master P, all kind of people at the time in New Iberia area, and I said, man, we need a label. And we had broke away from Young Money Makers, and I said we need a name. So we just jotting down stuff, and then Livin Lavish stuff because we was on that Houston trend heavy. Everybody was saying, right? Everybody was saying Livin Lavish is a habit. So I was like, man, that is the life that we want. So
absolutely.
when we jotted that down, Livin Lavish Entertainment is stuck. I said, now we need a name, and then made Youngsters Scam.
Okay.
And then we just ran with it.
And you was real made Youngsters. I go back, I look at that, and you had your braids and stuff like that, and then you come around, you kind of grewed up on the scene on everybody, you know. You was little around, now you big around. Okay, I see you get a different guy now. Okay, so from music to clothes, still the same brand or whatever, to promotion, like.
How did I don't know. It's
you that dude for promo.
The thing is like when I saw the music slowing down, right? And you know, we always see Uncle T talk about that. Like a lot of artists, they don't know how to put themselves out there.
Correct.
Even in the social media world, but back then it was hand-to-hand flyers. I'm selling CDs, so it was a different grind.
It was different.
So the only thing you had was MySpace. And
that's crazy, huh?
Right, you can only do so much,
you
right?
Can only do so much.
When I seen the music slowing down, I said, okay, well, let me get into something else.
Right.
And that's when I started making the shirts.
Okay.
Then I started throwing the parties back home in Generate.
Okay.
So when I started doing that, I was like, man, you know, I think this is something I like to do. And then boom, out of nowhere, 2012, who that was? Big Mo, NJ, and Wochi called me for Club Bid to come promote over there, and that was it.
Oh, and it was, that was 10 years ago?
That was literally 10 years ago, 2012.
2012, okay, yeah, because I remember, that's when I remember seeing you at Club Bed. I was like, who's that dude?
Yeah.
I was like, where he come from? It was like, oh, he don't live here. I was like, man, where he come from? Who is that?
Yeah.
And then, you know, sometimes you're kind of looking at people, you know, you're scoping them out. I was like, but you were just easy to gravitate to. I think everybody could agree with that or whatever. Very humble, very approachable, and stuff like that. So it was like, you wouldn't no longer that dude from out of town no more. You were just like the homie from around the way.
Right.
So that was cool, and that was Club Bed, because I know that's where I first seen you at, and Club Bed was popping.
Yeah, it was popping like every Friday, and the thing is like, well, I'm from the country, we didn't have nowhere to go.
Right.
So when it was like, I mean, man, you at Club Bed, I said, yeah, y'all need to come check that out. Then Generate, New Iberia, Franklin Ball, and all of them just started flooding Club Bed.
Everybody started flooding Club Bed.
So it was like, when I got on with Club Bed, Sherelle was there, gosh really. So she was a part of the promo team, and she was buzzing in the city. She from here.
Yeah.
So when I was like, well, I'm gonna just hang with her.
Yeah.
So and then Instagram popped up.
And then
I'm like, okay, well let's take a few pictures together. You post me, I post you.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was like, well, who is that? You know. So that's when people in Lafayette. Because I mean, like I tell people, I'm not from here, but I still break bread with people in Lafayette.
Right,
I ain't got a problem breaking bread with people. Karen Crow, Lafayette, Appaloosa.
Right. It's all love, right? As long as it make the circle, it's all good.
That's all it.
Absolutely.
So when I saw that, I was like, man, you know what? I can continue on with this thing. And then it just started. It just went crazy.
And you was big on the photos.
Big.
You was in everybody's photos. You got about 20. It was just like mandatory. Oh, that rail. Let's take a picture. It was like picture shirt. Right. Picture shirt.
So
yeah.
It was like, okay, if I know everybody paying attention to that cell phone, I'm gonna be in everybody's picture that everybody paying attention to.
Absolutely.
So if you paying attention to this person Instagram, that person Instagram, man, let's take a picture because I know you're gonna post it.
Correct.
Because it's Instagram at that time.
Okay.
So and then when I did the cups, I said, well, let me put the cups in the club. So when Jay Lee, I was like, Jay Lee, man, I can put the cups in here. He said, what cups you got? I said, I got styrofoam cups. Everybody drink out of styrofoam cups.
Oh, yeah.
So when you take a picture, you got the styrofoam cup in your hand. And what you see? Livin Lavish. So whether I was in the club,
genius.
Right, whether I was in the club or physically or not,
you were still in the club.
The brand was there.
So let me ask you this. Okay, so this is no schooling, this just off the top of the dome.
Just off the top of the dome because I pay attention to what people want. That's why a lot of people, like my homie, he told me back in 2011, maybe 12, he was living in Houston, and he come back and forth. He said, bro, Lafayette don't have a hookah lounge at the time, right?
Because it's still new.
It was still new, but I didn't know what he was talking about. Whatever, right? It's like, man, I'm telling you, get your space, get your hookah lounge. I think you can do that. Ignoring that. So back in 2014 came around, I was like, man, I want to do something at Club Bed on a Thursday. It was me, Lance, and Blaze. Blaze, right?
Okay.
Not Blake, but Blaze, right?
Blaze.
Both barbers, respect to them. I was like, man, I want to turn Club Bed into a lounge on a Thursday. We're going to add hookahs, because the only place you could smoke hookah was Oasis, but ain't nobody really rocking with it.
Yeah, nobody. Damn, that was 14?
That was 14.
Man, time passed by
That's
so
what I'm trying to tell you.
fast. That's
So,
crazy. Okay.
No, we didn't have nowhere to go to smoke, and nobody didn't know. People wasn't on hookahs like that. So
Because nobody even knew about Oasis.
they didn't know about Oasis.
People still find us ducked off.
Exactly. So when we turned Club Bed into the VIP lounge every Thursday, we cleaned it out. I made sure we pressure washed it. I mean, we did all that.
Nice.
Right? And we put them hookahs in that. That was it. Different.
Turn on to the city.
Turn on to the city.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it's like stuff like that. I just pay attention to what people like and what they want, and I just give you that experience.
Well, I can definitely say I know that you are on the scene of everything.
Yeah.
Everybody, event, whatever, you there. Or whatever. That's for damn sure.
Right.
So, when you came about with the sneaker ball, I was like, okay, I know me. I was like, damn, I'm going to be out of town. And I was like, I can't miss that. Or whatever. It was personal.
Right.
Because I was like, you come to everything I have, like everything.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I gotta go over there.
Yeah.
So I cancel it. We last minute we go online, Eventbrite, the section so long. I'm like, we can't just go in there and be regular.
Right.
We need a section. So I was like, bye. Now we're gonna have to crop the stuff. Go ahead. What you need?
I don't want to sit like that.
You can't. Bye. Lord. Okay. Good thing we could edit this. Now she not laugh. Okay, so for me it was personal, right? So I'm like, okay, we gotta cancel the thing. We go on there. My sister them, they're like, oh yeah, we gotta go. So they about to buy tickets. I'm like,
right.
We can't buy no tickets.
Let me call her.
I was like, let me call. She's like, they don't have nothing. I'm like, we in the section.
Right.
We in the section. I was like, we just can't show up. Like, she's like, well, I was like, I just can't show up over there without a section. I'm like, I'm 3 years in on that. We did interviews, we did this and that or whatever. I can't just pay. I think it was like $25. I was like, nah. You know, so I started telling them, I'm like, listen, everybody give me $100.
Yeah, that's it.
They was like, oh, you know, I was like, everybody give me $100. And then I was like, okay, so I was just winging it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna pay it. They gonna wanna come?
Right.
Oh, that was so, it just, like I said, for me, it was personal. I could not buy a ticket. Like, so that's why I was like, hey, you got a section? And he was like, man, you gonna be the first one or whatever. Man, listen, I had that money waiting so fast in Zelle. I was like, I knew you was gonna come through. I knew you was gonna come through.
Yeah.
So when it came, I was like, boom, we in. Nobody had nothing to wear yet. Nothing. I was like, we can't go. I was like, I'm going in somebody's section. I'm going to pay them or something. Because I just, you know, but I was like, damn, I could pay them. But for me, I wanted to pay you.
Right.
Because you had paid me, so it's personal.
Right.
So I was like, man, and we went, man.
Y'all had fun.
I was so proud.
Yeah,
I was so proud of you.
And see, the thing is like, just that alone, because everybody was like, man, why are you not excited? Like, all these people in here is so beautiful. I was like, bro, like, I envision this, right?
Yeah.
I saw it. Because when my homegirl gave me the idea of K-Dash, she was like, man, you need to do a sneaker ball. It was during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Only thing I was doing was buying sneakers again, right? Because sneakers is my thing. So she was like, man, you need to check that out. So I did my Googles. I saw, you know, New Jersey had one, Chicago had one, but it wasn't our flavor, right? So when it came to fruition, I was like, I'm locking in. And when I say I locked in, I literally locked in, but I fed people pieces and pieces of it. I didn't go full with the promo. I didn't even use radio. Because even people at the radio contact me, they was like, why you didn't run radio ads? I said, did y'all see that I needed it? They was like, no, because that's the crazy part. Like, you still had a successful event.
Correct.
Because I know what people want.
Yeah.
Because of my history in this business, I know, okay, if there's them get a section, what else she don't like them sofas that high, right? I know I can comfort her, so she's spending this money on this section. It's about the experience for me. So I didn't even get dressed.
Yeah, I see that.
Because I was so busy worried about y'all and y'all experience because y'all invest the money in it.
Listen, that shit was lit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. When I pull up, I was like, what's and then the place too.
Yeah, the place.
The place was exclusive because like I don't know nobody that did that over there, so I didn't even know that exists. So we pull up, I'm like, what's this? Then we get out, I'm like, oh, okay. this is nice. So we get in there, and you know, they got the white seats, they got the food, they got, you know, it's lit. I'm like, damn, like, this is nice. It wasn't too much. It was just right. Like you said, it was simple. But it was elegant.
It was elegant.
And it was lit, no drama.
No,
they had a couple people standing up on the sofas. I'm like, Lord, we can't take these people. No,
but you know how people are. But the thing is like, I rather them enjoy themselves like that. Because everybody, after that night, people say, man, you got to give another one this year. I say, I can't do that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't want to, like, I don't want to overdo it.
Right. You want to create the anticipation and all that. But people got to get ready.
They got to get ready.
Because I'm telling you, I was like, listen, after I talked to you and you was like, it's good with this section, I was like, okay, can't buy nothing on Amazon. Can't buy nothing on Fashion Nova. Can't go to Dillard's and buy nothing. So I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going exclusive. I know nobody gonna have on this damn dress and ain't nobody had it on. And I never seen it yet. So I was like, okay. But man, it was just like everybody was having a good time. And you know, to see like people from all kind of different people from different walks of life, you know, and that just everybody together, just mingling. It was nice. Yeah, and you was walking around, you had on your shorts and your thing, you was working, you was getting it in. But people respect that. Like people want to know why you're not dressed and stuff like that. But people who do similar things know like I might not have time to get dressed. You know, like it's not about me or whatever, because next time people know what to expect or whatever. Like I know people that don't even live here. That was like, hey, they got a sneaker ball, whatever that. And it was like, oh yeah, you know, it's in Houston and whatever I said. It was like, oh, that's him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going, you going? I was like, yeah, I'm going. And they came, you know, so when you create a good experience, all that people will come from wherever to go.
I had a girl, not a girl, let me not rephrase that. I had a woman that's a makeup artist in Florida. She flew from Florida. No cap. I was like, wait, what? She said, yeah, I see it on Instagram. She inboxed me. She said, we bought tickets. This our plane tickets. We're arriving. I was like, y'all really coming to the sneaker ball? She said, yeah. We see it on like Instagram. I'm like, wait, hold up. Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Yeah.
They came. So it's like, you know, just creating that experience. And I just, when I do events, I try not to tie my name to anything.
Correct.
Not saying that I don't want to do it.
Right. But
I gotta see what's the benefit in it for the brand.
Correct.
Because I'm not saying you're a bad person.
Right. No, absolutely not.
You know, I'm just saying for the brand's sake. You're not gonna see an NFL team just backing up a certain player that done been in some type of, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna cut them loose because they gotta protect their brand.
Absolutely.
It's business. So when I looked at the sneaker ball, I said, okay, I can't go no lower than this. The expectation for every event gotta be at that level or higher.
Absolutely.
So the second one is sold this out. So it was over 600-700 people in there.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, what am I gonna do next? Sneaker ball part 3.
Oh, absolutely.
I got to. So it's like I'm prepared.
You gotta give it back.
I got to.
You gotta keep giving it back.
I got to
because it's in high demand.
It's in high demand.
Yeah. So and that's the important things about not doing things back to back or whatever, because this one could tell this one, and that one could tell that one, and they could say, I have family that come from California.
See?
To come all that way. They had a good, and I mean, you know, they party over there, but they had a good time. Like, listen, next time, let us know again, we'll be back. I'll be like, but you're not staying at my house this time. I'll roll up on me.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I hadn't come through, but I was like, damn, you know, when they said they was coming, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then they came, I'm like, oh, yes, no way. Okay, you know, I didn't know, but so, it was very, and also, where else can you go and dress formal?
Nowhere.
And have a good time.
Nobody doing that. So when I saw the market for it, I was like, okay, I'm perfect for it. So when I do it, it's like my birthday coming up 11/11.
Right.
I'm doing November's very own, because you know.
I seen that.
So I'm doing that. So everybody like, well, what you doing? I said, I'm doing black tie fair, but you don't have to. You can wear sneakers or you can wear dress shoes.
Right.
So I'm not really targeting the sneakers.
Correct.
But I want you to come all black.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's my birthday.
Yeah.
So
where that's gonna be at?
The same spot.
Same spot.
Yeah, I'm not changing it up because I like the building.
The building is nice.
You know what I mean? So the thing is just like, well, why you?
And it fit you.
It fit me. So again, the brand. What you doing?
Correct.
And like all that gotta come together.
Correct.
Because it makes sense when you see it.
Well, yeah. And then I'm sure The owners or whatever, because I mean, people never seen the venue.
No.
Now they've seen the venue.
When I'm
because
talking
of
about,
this.
they've been getting booked like crazy. From the first sneaker ball, after people saw them pictures,
Yeah.
and they was like, wait, hold on, y'all can rent this. Just getting booked.
Yeah.
So
that
it's like,
building is amazing.
I'm like, okay, why would I want to go? So they said, well, you know, you go to a bigger building with the sneaker bar. I said,
No.
for what? I said,
No.
because all my events from here on out, like I did the first sneaker
Correct.
ball, I kind of fell back on the second one. People can pay a little cash at the door. You cannot get in my events without a ticket or a section. So let's just say I sell you a section.
Correct.
It comes with 10 passes.
Right.
You bring 3 extra people. If they don't have a ticket,
They can't come in.
they can't come in.
Correct. Yeah. Oh
But
yeah.
they would let us pay.
No.
Exclusive.
People want exclusive events.
They want exclusive events.
Because I know like a lot of people complain about like, you know, Lafayette don't have this or Lafayette
Yup.
don't have that. And when you go somewhere, I mean that's what that is rules. That's the order that you follow. If you don't have a ticket, you can't go. So
Can't
you can't.
go.
You won't complain there. So
Well, I can play
say
here.
respect it. Yeah.
Say
And
disrespect.
people leave for that type of experience.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So if you could stay,
Why
I mean,
not?
you're gonna get if you go to Houston or somewhere else. You can pay gas, you can pay all of that, or you can pay for the tickets, the section, and the clothes.
Yeah.
So if I could bring it to you at home, same experience.
And that's always been my mindset. They was like, man, you know, you can do this in the city. I said, for what?
Right.
The city got that already. We don't have that here.
Correct.
So if I create an event twice a year, my birthday and the sneaker ball, and it's an exclusive event,
Yeah,
ticket only, it's a wrap. So you know what you don't have to worry about as a woman? Some nonsense.
Correct.
Because you know they're not coming in here, the people with the nonsense, because you need a ticket.
Right, because
So
you need to
I keep it like that.
I like that because, like you said, whenever you go out of town, you have to have a ticket. You can't just pull up to the scene.
No, you can't do that.
You can't. Like you can.
Yeah.
But it won't work out.
Yeah.
You know. So it was.
Go on the side.
Yeah, just go on the side. It was nice. I had. Oh my god. Ugh. It was nice.
Yeah.
I had a good time. You know, like we got dressed when we left. We was a little, you know,
Yeah.
whatever from the
Yeah.
bottom and
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
But everybody had a good time. It was safe. Nobody was tripping. Like the security. Well, you didn't even know they had needed security there. But
Right.
I commend you on that because a lot of times people do things and they want to grow too fast. I can say for myself personally, like the Southern Tea Awards, I should have left them in the gym or whatever. And no shade, just saying.
Right.
But at the gym, it was lit.
It was lit.
The convention center or whatever, I wasted a whole bunch of money or
Right.
whatever. And to be honest, or whatever, you know, like the things that I do, people know like they could come, you know, say like they could pay the door, stuff
Right.
like that. But they can move around.
Right.
Or whatever. Over there, you can't move around.
No.
You're in or you're out.
Yep.
So I had people got stuck out.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
so that was a learning experience for me. So
Right.
I was like, you know what? Let's go back to this smaller stuff or whatever because that's what people like.
They're accustomed
They're
to
comfortable
that.
or whatever.
Right.
People like, I'd rather be myself in a venue where it's less people of quality than it is with a whole bunch of people and you never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Or whatever. So I feel like that's the type of experience, you know, you
Right.
create. I know I could go. I ain't gotta worry about nobody stepping on my shoes. If they do, it's not no nonsense. It's just a little accident,
Yeah.
you know, or something
I'm
like
sorry,
that.
right.
No, yeah, don't even worry about it. It's
Right.
all good, you know, because you give that energy, that
Yeah.
vibe or whatever. Like nothing going down. Like if people going with the BS or not, they most likely not going there.
Right.
Or whatever. So that's a good thing. Okay, so you got all this going on,
Yeah.
but you still work, right?
Yeah, I still do my thing. Like I ain't gonna say do my thing. I'm actually building my financial services office.
Okay.
You know, I still do that. That's where everything comes from.
You funny as hell. You know that, right?
Why?
Like you be like, I like sometimes like and like listen, I be on social media, but no lie, I be on social media and if it's not on my timeline, I usually don't scroll unless I'm looking for somebody go point it out, right?
Right.
So like I'll be on social media and I'll see like a random post from you. And then at the bottom, it'll be like, yeah, but anyway, all that,
Yeah.
you know, y'all got life insurance, this,
Yeah,
that. I'll be
yeah.
like, bro, this dude is something else. It's crazy.
It's
all that.
crazy.
But, I mean, if give people attention, it makes sense.
Yeah, because the thing is, I mean, I think it was Vince Staples said, as African Americans, we sell trauma and we like gossip. So if I know I can hit you with something that's full of gossip,
You don't know how funny that is.
trauma, it's true though. We're not paying attention to nothing else unless it's gossip or trauma.
True
Period.
story.
So if that's the way I gotta get the attention of my people, then I gotta do what I gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta
You know
do.
what I'm saying? And that's just a marketing thing.
That is funny. Because it's like, what you be saying, it be true.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom or whatever is the ad.
It's
You
the
know?
ad. You gotta hit them with the ad because again, people, I know they're tuned into that type of post. I'm like, man, that's all we see.
Oh,
and
yeah.
we can just open our mind a little bit and just grow. We'll be unstoppable. So I just like doing that. I like helping the community, showing them how to invest their money, get out of debt, showing them how the life insurance policies work. Because I mean, at the end of the day, people say, well, my mama had it on me and this and that, but you grown.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So
and I'm not buying no poor boss.
right.
I'm no GoFundMe.
No,
I'm
not doing that. So it's like I'm so locked into that and living lavish to where like I'm not even focusing on nothing else. Like honestly, I'm gonna be like frank with you. I would not take an event if it don't make sense to my brand.
Well, yeah.
Like I said
makes
earlier.
sense.
Like I can help you
Right.
and promote it,
Right.
but I won't get involved.
Correct.
Not saying I'm not supporting.
Right.
I just gotta protect the brand.
Correct.
I want you to be successful as heck,
Right.
but I don't have to be a part of it.
But
for
I
that
don't
to
have to
happen.
be a part. Yeah, yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
can.
saying?
I mean, and that's another thing. You can still help people without.
Put money in.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Put money in, or doing too much, or being involved or tagged to something like you said, it'll tarnish the brand. Because then what?
Man,
You know,
bro,
all it
that
takes is a stain.
that was y'all party. Nah, that ain't, man, but your name was on the flyer.
Oh, absolutely.
Then I get that, right? So it's
Absolutely.
like, I'll just promote, I'll show up, come show you some support,
Right.
and I'm out.
Take a picture and I'm home.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
But that's
But
the
I won't
best.
attach my name
no,
to it.
that's the best support I feel anybody like us as promoters, owners, or any type of business. That's the best form of support to me.
Correct.
I'm posting your business and I'm actually showing up.
Absolutely.
It don't matter if
I
it's
agree
10
with
people that showed up and I'm the 11th person.
that. Right, correct. I'm still coming.
I'm still coming. So
Yeah.
you can say, okay, when this on a other foot,
Right,
you're in a different position.
right.
Man, I remember Ralph showed up when nobody else did.
And I feel like also, like your promo is next level.
Right.
Like, let's just be clear with that. But I mean, I do feel like you have an advantage because you show up to everybody thing. All of it's kind of like mandatory. All that.
Yeah,
Like I said,
it
for
is.
me, I was like, I'm going. Like, I'm gonna have to skip this because
Yeah.
I could catch this another time. But I'm going, and it was for that exact reason. All
Yeah.
that, and it was the first one. So I was like, yeah, I gotta go over that.
Right.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
all that. So I feel like whenever people show up for you, whenever it's their turn, it's almost like an obligation. Not really an obligation, because I mean, people don't have to, or
Right.
but I mean, as far as people who understand business, who understand promotion, who understand marketing and stuff like that, or whatever, is an obligation, or whatever. You there for me, I'll be there
Yeah,
for
for
you.
you, right.
It's, you know, beneficial on both ends,
right.
or whatever, for me to go to yours and for you to come to mine.
Right.
And people don't realize, like, a share go like a long way. People be asking me like, you do this or you do that. I be like, like, it don't matter. But like naturally, you know, if I like something, I become an advocate for whatever I
Right.
like, or whatever. And that's just like on GP,
Right.
just 'cause.
It's organic.
But you know, if it's somebody that I know, then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I gotta do this, I gotta do it. And then, yeah, I mean, you understand, people get caught up in their own thing, whatever. You might not get to share a post share, but I mean, on that day, I'm gonna be there.
Right.
You know, so I'm ready for part 3 of the snooker ball.
Oh yeah, part 3 is gonna be crazy, and
I'm
mean,
gonna buy me some shoes because listen.
I actually got a call today from somebody. Me and him in talks. I'm actually putting together a gift for
Okay.
everybody, right, for Christmas, and it's gonna be a sneaker ball gift.
Okay.
So I'm about to run promo crazy right after my birthday. So heavy. I mean, like the advertising and the marketing for it I got in mind gonna be insane. And it's a
I already
gift
knew.
from the sneaker ball,
Okay.
right, to everybody that supported the past 2 years, and it's a gift on Christmas Day. It's gonna be crazy. I'm about to set the stage. I'm
Yeah.
telling you. I'm about to set the stage.
So speaking of setting the stage, you show up on stages everywhere.
Right.
I see you.
Yeah.
So like I'm telling you, I be watching. I don't even know what's the word of it. I'm not gonna say amazed because I don't put nothing past you. I know you can do it. You're very persistent at everything that you do. So whenever I seen you, at the Kevin Gates thing. I'm like, look at real. I was like, you know, I was like, people was like, oh, but I was like, I was proud, but I wasn't surprised.
Right.
Whatever, because I feel like, you know, I'm like,
it's natural.
yeah, I'm like, look at real. You know, like
the thing is like I was like, you know what? I know Gates, I know the people involved and all that. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, I get backstage and we go to the dressing room. He come in. Of course, Gates, the way he is, well, he'll scan the room. He'll see somebody in there. He make everybody get out there. See somebody he don't know, which, you know, he gotta respect his space. Right. He's just big on that. So when we was walking out and he cleared the whole side of the stage, because that's the way security is, I was just in front of the stage. Me, the other security guy, and the 2 camera guys. Like, they cleared all the camera people. Literally, everybody had to go. So but he already know me because because of my connection with my people that work with his artists, right?
Right.
So when he saw me, I'm like, okay, well, he just know me from being around. Right. And then when he shook my hand in front of everybody, that was it. He was like, man, how you? I said, man, it's just organic. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, it's like when somebody know that you of importance and your energy is great, sometimes it be people in the middle stopping you from getting, but it happens it may stop you today, but in the future it be so organic. It's like I didn't need nobody to put me in the room with this person because of your energy and who you are, and that's just the way I carry myself. Like, it's not like to be on no arrogant stuff. It's just like, okay, I know the energy that I'm putting out, I'm gonna get that energy back times 10. Correct. To where, like, I can go in these rooms with these big people, but I won't be fanned out. Or they'll be like, who is you? Because when I did an interview, I did another podcast with Menace, and I did it. The first show was with Kevin Gates' cousin. I forgot the name. I'm sorry. But anyway, when I sit down to interview him, he was like, man, what you do for a living? Because the energy. I said, man, I'm in the financial services industry and I got my own marketing company, stuff like that. They said, yeah, I can tell you somebody important. Dude don't even know me. I don't know him, but I know he's a rapper that's Gates' cousin. Right. But it just goes back to what I'm saying, and what you're talking about is like, it's when it's organic and the energy is there, it's nothing nobody can take from that. Correct. You don't need a middle person or whatever, go between or whatever to connect it, because it comes full circle. It comes full circle. So, okay, so explain that for me. Like, okay, because some people do think that you're arrogant. Right. So what do you say to those people? Like, I can't. You're insecure about yourself, I understand, right? Because I'm a humble guy. I just don't like to come off like, man, like, how could you say I'm arrogant? I'm very approachable. That's true. So if I'm very approachable to everybody in the vicinity, but you saying I'm arrogant, what's the real issue? You want me to answer that? Them. Right? Yeah. So if everybody in the building speaking, coming up to me, and I'm going up to them, but you saying I'm arrogant, what's the problem? It's you. It's a self thing. So I always carry myself in a way where I'm approachable. So I don't like that. Like, what makes you think I'm arrogant? Because you're insecure with yourself? That insecurity is a beast. Yeah. So if you're insecure with yourself, let's converse. Let's see what's the issue, because I don't have a problem with you. Correct. You got the problem with me, but where that come from, I don't know. I'm gonna pray for you. Right. And I'm keeping it moving. Right. But I don't worry about that, man. Like, that stuff don't bother me. I just stay humble, stay positive. Let's get some money. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, that money, that's what we want. Yes. Without jeopardizing ourselves, but that's what we want, the money. Correct. Yeah. So like I know, like, for people, or as far as like on the promo side, right, with people, some people, like, they just, like you say, it's within them or whatever, they feel like promoters aren't like approachable, right? But promoters, they come and they go. But you've been around for a long, I'm laughing, I'll be laughing because it's like you was here,
then you left. And you was buzzing when you hit, when you was hit. And then you went to work. All of you often talk about how you had a day job, you was at Halliburton and stuff like that. And you were still promoting when you was over there because I was seeing. And I remember the caption used to be what it used to be like at the 9 to 5.
Yeah, the 401k.
The 401k, that's what it was. At the 401k, and then it was like boom, off of that on the weekend to Club Bed or whatever. Like it was a routine. So promoters, they come and they go or whatever. So what keeps you working and motivated or whatever to stay?
What keeps me motivated to stay, because I know that's something that's missing that the people want. See, as a promoter, people fall in love with the money.
Correct.
I if that's your thing, that's your thing.
Right.
Not knocking it.
Right.
But every promoter I see, and every promoter that I see promoting, I can tell them, hey, look, it's something you can do just to, turn it up a little bit. And I study the game. So it's like, if I'm studying the game and I know what you want, right, you can say, man, I didn't like the way they did this. Man, I instantly changed it. And when I instantly change it, I'll make sure when you come to the event, what you want changed, I'm going to put it in your face that it was changed. Correct. So now, you're like, well, damn, somebody was listening. Yeah, I was paying attention. Because I'm moving around in a sneaker ball or anybody else's event, I'm paying attention like, man, look at how long that person was sitting in that section, they didn't get their bottle. How long this person was sitting over here that didn't get their hookah. Why they haven't checked on that? Because I can see the ice in their cup. I'm paying attention to all that. I'm not even in my events. Right. I'm paying attention to all that. Like, man, they need to fill them people cup up or get them another bottle. Something. Like, they need
You're always working. That's
I'm always
sure.
working.
Always
So
working.
For me to stay relevant, I pay attention to what people want and I'll fall back and just study the game. Because I know it's like, I want to be treated with royalty when I go out to your event. Correct. I want to, because I'm spending my money. Right. So I figure if I'm spending my money on a great time, I expect for you to supply that. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm thinking as a promoter, but as a consumer. Correct. At the same time. So as a promoter, I'm thinking, how would I want to be treated as a consumer? Right. Because you have to put yourself in that position, in those shoes. Yeah, but I feel like we all, we play both ends of the stuff, but I mean, people aren't as attentive as far as playing those roles and, kind of see what's going on or whatever, and paying like that much attention, because there's some serious details like the ice in the cup. The ice, literally, when I see somebody cup sweating, the ice melting, the cup need to be filled up. Correct. Now me as I'm not gonna say, let's just say if I was in charge of a section. We bought the bottle. I bought the bucket of ice with the girls that bought the bottles. Correct. I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to your section. Correct. This is what I mean. This is what I mean about the ice in the cup. As a man, or even as a woman that's attentive to your section, the minute you do this and that cup come down, I'm there with the bottle. Correct. Because guess what I'm working for? Tips. Correct. Yeah. So if I'm working for tips, that's customer service. Correct. You gonna people pay for good customer service. There you go. People, you gonna say, man, real, man, hey, bro, man, you looked out for us. Oh yeah. So I'm paying attention to stuff like that, even when it's not my event. I'm like, boy, if them girls would just pay attention to this section, they could probably get about $100 tip. Yeah. And leave out of here with $100 tip just out of that section. Right, or whatever, because people want, like you said, people pay for the experience. They pay for the experience. Like it's often like I go to places or like I do things right, and like I go, and of course, like if you're paying your money, you want a good time because you expect this, that, the other, or whatever. Especially if you're paying good money, not saying or whatever, this or that being cheap or whatever. But if I pay for something that's expensive or whatever, people pay for quality. Yeah, people. So if you're doing this and you're doing that for me, whenever I'm there, if one little thing go wrong, that's okay. I'm cool with that because the customer service is fire. I'ma come back. I'ma give it a chance or whatever, because maybe they had a new person, maybe it was an off night. You tend to think of those scenarios whenever you used to good customer service. Right. But if it's all the time, you're like, man, listen, I don't care who DJ over there, I don't care if it's jumping out, going there, the person at the door, they act like they don't want my money, this, that, I'm not going back. It don't matter how elegant it is. I'm done with it. Like it's over. And people talk about stuff like that. Like I know for me, like me and my people, whenever we go to things, like we talk amongst, ourselves and this and that or whatever about stuff. But
it won't go outside. It won't make social media.
Right.
It's just, but if somebody do something on the regular, then now I feel an obligation. I'm gonna have to tell these people or whatever, because now I feel like
You just taking my money.
Yeah,
You're not
y'all just
looking
playing
out
with my
for
money.
experience.
Yeah.
That's why the second sneaker ball was so crazy. I say, you know what? I'm not gonna post nothing, and the feedback was just rolling in. Right now, watch this. And me and her, we took care of it, and we on good grounds. Out of the 600 plus people that was in there, and all the comments, let me show you how I'm wired, and I care about customer service. Out of all those people that was giving the praises, the flowers, this and that, this one lady, she was one of the first people that bought a section for the second sneaker ball. And there was so much going on with the sections, the way it was set up. And she sent me this long text message after she left, right? Long text message. I'm like, man, successful night. But that one text message, I ain't saying it made me feel low.
right.
I oversaw all that because I was so busy worrying about that one text message. When me and her talked, she said, you know what? You're right. I apologize. And, you know, words was exchanged, but not in a bad way. She just told me how she feel. And I told her I apologize. I made it right.
Right.
But I'm telling you, that bothered me. Out of all those comments and the praises, that one person, because of the customer service. So that's how much I pay attention to that.
Right.
To where I never want you to come to the event and say, man, Rel, look, I didn't like this. Well, let me correct it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I feel like I'm just relevant with what I do, because of the customer service.
Right, yeah, people look for the customer service. I feel like that's an in store, and I feel like on a level as far as entertainment and stuff like that, like, I mean, they mess up stuff at Walmart, they mess, like, who hear about it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you'll rent on a lower level or whatever, but people won't take the time to go to corporate and do this. It's too much time or whatever, but it's easier to cut down a smaller, you know what I'm saying, business or whatever than it is to a major corporation or whatever, just by word of mouth.
Right.
You know, so, I mean, I think that's a different set of people, no shade, you know, whatever. But then again, like I said, it's like a business side, there's a consumer side. If you've never been on both sides,
You would never.
it's easier to, you know, I say all the time, like, people, they don't respect what they don't understand. So, you know, it's different or whatever. And I mean, it's a learning process, you know, and stuff like that or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm learning myself too, because I be like,
Because at the end of the day, you still want to put your. It doesn't matter what I do, from finances to giving people an experience. I'm always putting myself in the shoe of the consumer.
correct.
Because at the end of the day, the experience is what I'm giving you, nothing else. Because if you get a good experience, the promo gonna run itself.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and that saved you a lot of money.
That saved me a lot of money. I don't have to worry about the radio. I don't have to worry about the TV station. Now they calling me. Hey,
Oh yeah.
let us get on the
That's
third
when you
one.
know.
I'm like, we gonna talk about that. I gotta talk to my staff because I like to keep it organic. And I'm not saying, you know, anybody that's watching it like, yeah, but it's a bigger scale. I'm not more of the independent game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, when it comes to the table where I gotta sit down with the machine and they got a broader thing, I understand how that works from a music standpoint.
Correct.
Because I mean, Uncle Tony always talk about it, so
Correct.
I get all that because I was
Right.
in music. But if I can just hit the ground running independently and
yeah.
still do a damn good job at what I do, I'ma always create myself in a way that I'll never go nowhere.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Cause it's like with the radio, right? With the promo, all that, with the promo and stuff like that. I mean, it get pretty expensive, you
Yeah.
know. But when they call you,
It's different.
they tend to have a deal, a
deal,
bargain,
right.
you know, whatever. And I mean, you gotta pull out of there what you can get it, cause I mean that's rare.
That's real. So it's like, man, I have so many like the sponsorship's about to be crazy for this third one.
We didn't win.
Like literally. When I say retarded, it's gonna be crazy. I'm talking about from liquor to sneakers to businesses, like crazy.
Bananas.
I mean, the only Bel Air, the first one, the emails we were sending, the timing was off, but they was ready. The second one, I didn't even talk to them because I had so much going on. The third one, we already in talks to do Bel Air. Bel Air's top of the list.
Okay.
Now, I got a few contacts talking to this person, that person. If I can get Moet to jump on board, maybe a little Ace, you know, I'll be okay. But I
can see
think
it.
with that though, with those sponsorships, they don't want if I can touch Ace, they don't want nobody else in the
Correct.
So,
a lot of people when you ever get the corporate stuff or
the
whatever,
corporate
they want to be the only.
Yeah, and so it'll be like mostly Ace and Duce.
So how do you determine whenever they come? Because it's coming.
Well, I will go with the one people would I ain't gonna say gravitate to,
Right.
but the one that makes the most noise.
Correct.
So if you tell me if I give you a rosé bottle,
Correct.
or you see a gold Ace of Spades bottle, which one is more appealing? Ace of Spades.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so that's what I'm going with. The
Right.
one that's more appealing to the eye of the people, because
Correct.
I already set the ambiance for the building because of the
Absolutely.
experience. So
Right.
here come the gold bottles. So that's my choice.
Royalty.
Yeah,
The
there you
rollout.
go. That's the
Absolutely.
rollout.
Okay.
So, yeah, I look at all that.
Yeah. All right. So you're building your marketing
Yeah.
company.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna be taking.
Clients.
Right.
Yeah. Now the thing is like I'm trying to. Like I said, I'm reaching out to people, different resources, and I'm just trying to figure out like, okay, if you have a company, we in contract. I'm running marketing. What's the radius for a company such as yours in
Correct.
the same market? Or do I even deal with that company at all?
Right.
Because I'm
Right.
in contract with you for a quarter.
Right.
So I'm still working out the business side of that
Okay.
and talking to different people that's in that space to where I can put a package together and I can run it like that. Because
Right.
me personally, I love Lafayette. Right? I love Acadiana. I love Lafayette because the market is wide open. It's a tricky market.
Yeah.
That's what they say, right? It's not a tricky market. You're just not talking to the right people.
Correct.
That's just it. So you can't bring a concert here without talking to us. That's how I feel.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
when I see pushing for that, I get it.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we can't go there
Listen,
and do something.
I told somebody the other day speaking on that. I love that because it's past time. So many people come here and eat off of Lafayette all the time.
All the time.
They come, they take what culture we have, they take the sound, they pay the DJs, they in the club with the promoters, and then the regular, not the regular, but the local artists, the ones from here, they just on the back burner.
On the back burner.
They left out. And don't get me wrong, I get it from like the awards or whatever. Is, 400 artists to a promoter. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to know everybody. Or whatever.
Right.
You could be hot over here, and I never heard of them. You never heard of them,
Yeah.
or whatever, because they haven't created the buzz yet. The right
Right.
person never said it. If you haven't, set your footsteps in this place and that place and this and that, and nobody talking about it, how am I to know? As the promoter or whatever, you gotta make it hot that way it's in my face so I
Right,
can see it.
right.
So if it's not in my face, I can't see it or whatever, but everything tends to run off of Baton Rouge, run off of New Orleans. So now finally, when I'm seeing smoke, like, y'all can't come over here, because I feel like that's the perfect person to do it,
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
He put in work for a long time.
Yeah.
So now that I'm seeing these people coming, or not coming, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
or whatever, because of who's throwing it and why, it makes sense. Because Lafayette's been locked out of the markets for a long time.
And
still
it
is.
still is.
So now, or whatever, I feel like the promoters that's here, feet on the ground in the city doing stuff, that's the promoters that's eating.
That's the promoter.
And,
That's
and
needed.
it's time for
It's
that.
time for that. So it's
because
like-
and that's never happened.
That never
I
happened.
don't care if it did show me, but I've
Right.
never seen it happen.
Neither.
Whatever. But I mean, like, let's just be real. Like, Black Wall Street pay the bills at occasion. Don't I mean?
They
You
do.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just pretty much or whatever. So I mean, it's a respect thing, really. What I mean, what you gonna do? Because these people are only here for a season, for a night. You know what I'm saying? What happens when they go on? They go on to the next or whatever. So that's it's coming full circle or
Yeah.
whatever. So whenever I'm at the Kevin Gates concert and I'm like, okay, I see Smoke on stage because Smoke been grinding a long
A
time.
long time.
A long
Yeah,
time.
we
He
both
gotta be
been
like
at it.
20 years. For
Yeah.
real. Since I remember we used to all hook up at the Checkers on the north side and just everybody just shoot out to the clubs, and say
Yeah.
Whiteville and stuff like that. And he was doing it since then, and stuff
Yeah.
like that or whatever. So now I'm like, okay, I see y'all.
Yeah.
And like it used to be like the competition. Nobody was together or whatever, but to see like the collaborations coming into play.
It's fire. It's fire. And me and Smoke we always talked over the years.
Oh yeah.
Because I remember when Smoke put me and Gosh Sherelle on his party, and he always talked about. He said, "Boy, that's one of the biggest birthday parties I gave." And it's like, man, Lav, man, check this out, this whoop. So we always talking about business. But, when it comes from that promoter standpoint, I just feel like where we at today, from Push to Black Wall Street, GBA, Three Kings, BNC Session Thursday, Wise Guy, Taliban, you got Matt. Everybody able to do something.
Together.
Yeah, and like, okay, it's not a problem, because like, at the end of the day, Lafayette is still the mecca in Louisiana for parties.
Correct.
I don't care what nobody says.
Yeah.
New Orleans, no disrespect.
Right.
It's just a tourist city.
Right, absolutely.
Baton Rouge, you got my guy at
it's hit or miss.
Q at Bella Noche's. But besides Bella Noche's,
but people come to it's the hub city.
It's the hub city.
People come.
So it's like, we as promoters, we gotta keep the fire lit. And back to what I was saying, we got to give people an experience for them to want to come here.
I feel like everywhere else is so like, no shade, but it's country. Like, we from here, so we like, Lafayette is country, whatever. Cause look, I'm like, that's in Lafayette, whatever. But the moment I cross the state line, they be like, where you from, Louisiana? You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever you're home, you're like, you talk it's nonchalant, but when you go somewhere else, everybody want to know, because it's different,
different.
So the first thing, you're not like, you go out of town, you're not like, I'm from Lafayette, I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, because everybody want to know. So it's different. So I guess it's just kind of like, whenever it's home, people take it for granted and stuff like that or whatever, but the events are getting bigger.
Yeah.
The acts are getting bigger.
Yeah.
The promoters, the connection is so like, I'm like, I love it. It's crazy. Like, I just see, like, I sit back and I watch and I see like GBA and Three Kings go from this club to that club.
Consistency.
And they follow them or whatever because they got a loyal customer. But they give good customer service.
Yes.
You remember, man, I don't know how long ago this was. Me and you went to Rain. Remember that?
Yeah.
And it was everybody was
Everybody.
there. Mamas, daddies, my moms.
Everybody.
And it was lit.
Yeah.
And that was before they really started doing what they was doing in Lafayette. They had this city on lock.
Bruh. It was so crazy you say that. I was at the rooftop talking to Fig, I want to say a couple of months ago.
Okay.
And I said, bro, I gotta show you something. He said, what? That same night you talking about? It was in my phone.
No.
In the video. He said, man, send me that. That was my very first part. I was like, this was insane from where they come from. So again, the promoters that's doing it, I tip my hat off. Anything they have, I'm going. I mean, even though,
even the brunch. The brunch was
retarded.
Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not gonna lie. COVID scared the hell out of me. I've been in the house. I'm still in the house. I be saying I'm outside, but I'm not outside. I ain't gonna lie. So I'll be like, look, I can't afford to get sick or whatever in my day job or whatever, because those people, you can't be sick or whatever with facials and this and that. They don't want to hear that. You can't, because that's, God forbid, they say they caught something from your spot. So like, I'll be outside, but I'll be outside, But I was like, whenever they took the brunch, I'll be like, no, y'all didn't, So I was like, I'm telling everybody, I'm taking them. I'm like, we want that brunch. They like, everybody thought I was gonna renege, whatever. So, because I was late, but I showed up to brunch. I'm like,
it's nice.
And I always tell them, I be like, I'm proud of y'all, I remember who I told that to somebody that day. I was like, why you be acting like the momo? I was like, I am the momo. But I just be so, like, I be happy to see, because promo has changed. Like you said, going back, like, whenever I did, like, Lavish Ways, and briefly, whatever, shout out to Crystal, that's where I started.
Yeah. And
then me and Tony got cool, whatever, one night. Yeah. And we've been inseparable ever since then.
Right.
So whenever I jumped to True Ways in 25-8, that was like I was like, okay, I'm doing this, I'm gonna go do my own stuff. So like I did that with like, we used to the Cupid's Daiquiri. Mm-hmm. It used to be Super X. Mm-hmm. And we would be over there, it would be me, D Skills, Mr. C, everybody just moved, New York and this, that, the other, but like nobody, like people was doing stuff, but they weren't doing stuff. So it was like us, really a few other people in Cupid. That was it, you know. So it was just like the transition or whatever, and like we was on foot.
Yeah.
Like Tony didn't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we would run city to city or whatever. Like selling CDs, it wasn't optional. Handing out flyers, it wasn't optional. You want to be a part of the team? You want to break bread? You want to eat? We're going to do the footwork. That's
right.
Period. Smooth do the show or whatever, and the team work the streets. Whatever. That's how it was. It was a strong street promo thing. And then we had Vicious and stuff like that. And man, listen.
It's
it was crazy.
To see where you come from.
But what I will say was different from then and now in Push, because they've been on the scene since there was NBA and there was Push, and then there was Push Boys. They had a couple of names, the All Stars, all of that. But so like they was always around. Smoke ain't never not been around.
Right.
You know him, J. Will, Mike, and all of them. They ain't never not been around. But at that time, it was so few people that could not come together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of competition, and this one would say this, and this one, and people was popping, and it could have been more. But to see like all these people now, or whatever, together, you know what I'm saying? It make for a fun environment. It make for a safe environment. The promoters not beefing. Everybody there. So you don't have to be like, oh, you know, I'm going there and I go in. Like sometimes I see stuff, and I understand everybody want to be in business, you know, to make money, whatever. But sometimes I see people jumping into stuff, and I be like, I don't say nothing because to each his own, you know. But in my head, I be like, why would they do that when this is so strong? You know, at the same time, like, why not get on over here?
Right.
If you could eat instead of go over there and struggle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're saying this and you want to pull this away from there, and you want, and it's like you're struggling for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. When you could have just like, promoters is throwing out the life rap, like just get in. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Instead, you're swimming out there for nothing. You know.
You don't want to be out there by yourself.
Yeah, you don't want to be out there by yourself. Okay, so what do you have coming up right now?
Only thing I have coming up right now is my birthday, 11/11.
Okay.
And the Livin Lavish apparel, and besides that, 24/7 building my financial services office. That's it.
Okay, so people who need help, right? As you credit repair?
No, I can get some. I got plenty of that.
Well, you got people that can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I feel like in our culture, a lot of times, like with black people and stuff like that, we're not as knowledgeable as other races or whatever about that. So for the people who have no idea of where to start, right? Even though you're not on the credit repair side, but I feel like that's where people usually start on it because we weren't taught financial literacy, right? So for those people who need that head start on it, whether they buy a house or you know whatever, how can like they contact you, or like you have some advice or whatever for them on who to contact?
You could just on Facebook, just look me up, Darrell Thomas on Facebook, and on Instagram, I am Livin Lavish _. I have a list of people, because if I sit up here on camera and say one person's name, the other 100 gonna be like, well, why you ain't say my name?
Why you ain't say my name?
So the best thing for anybody to do is just contact me on Facebook, Darrell Thomas, and I'll get right to you, give you the list of people.
So let's talk about this. Let's talk about the look, because I feel like this is a new you, right?
Yeah.
So you was real mean. Yesterday you had the braids.
Yeah.
Then you had the haircut. Then you was cutting up or whatever, because you went through that stage where you was cutting up too. You was cutting up. And then you come or whatever out. Then we see, I feel like we see different
a different look.
A different look and stuff like that. So you got the little curly hair going on right now and stuff like that. You looking real mature and and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so what's walk us through like that transition?
Well, the curly hair came from the pandemic, because we couldn't go to the barbershops. Okay. So I had the waves laying. Man, I was like, man, I need a haircut, yo. I'm talking about the beard just getting thick, and that's not my thing, you know?
Right.
So I always try to keep it low. And I said, man, you know what? Scratch that. I just woke up one morning, because the only thing you could do is just sit outside your house.
Right.
I woke up one morning, threw some oil in my hair, and I shot a video. I was like, wait, hold up.
I kind of like that.
I kind of like that. So me at the time, you know me, my resources. Hey, look, I know y'all not cutting and y'all not supposed to be. Man, pull up to my house right now.
Please.
I just need to trim my face, trim my hair up a little bit, and it stuck with me.
Okay.
And that's the look. So
I
I was
like it.
like, man, don't go back to the ways. I'm like, you're like, nah, man, just keep the girl. I said, all right.
Yeah, y'all here setting trends because now I see other people with curly hair. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just something. Just you want to evolve. Like
Correct.
I tell people, I'm into the business of finances, right? But we grow our mindset every day.
Absolutely.
So I mean, by me growing my mindset, I grow my appearance.
Okay. Okay, I see you because I'm like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you gotta understand, I'm 40. So when people see me, they're like, oh man, you gotta be 30 something on 40.
You 40?
Making 41.
You serious?
Dead serious.
Well, damn. Okay. Come through with the youth, boo. Okay.
Literally 40, making 41, November 10th.
Man, you look like a little. Okay, I'm not gonna say how old I am, but I know you was a little older than me, or whatever. But I think that you was 40.
40.
What?
Yeah, people like, man, you 40 years old. They like, yeah, I'm still 40. But the thing
You
is,
holding it down.
I'm holding it down. The thing is, I know who I am.
Correct.
Spiritually, I'm good. Mentally, I'm good. And I hang around younger people. Not saying younger people as in children.
Right.
I'm talking about younger people that's in that space of, I can get game from, oh, that's what y'all listening to now? That's what y'all wearing? That's what y'all doing?
Yeah.
I'm already big on fashion as it is.
Right.
But that's what y'all doing now? Oh, man, that's the way y'all talk? Nah, I ain't with the gang stuff. I ain't with that.
Yeah.
But that's the way y'all talk? Yeah. So, okay, I'm staying young.
Correct.
And looking young at the same time.
Correct. Yeah, because I'm like, what? Like, I thought I knew you, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm 40, dog. I'm 40. Yeah.
But I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you got all that going on. How do you find time for parenthood? Because we see your daughter. She growing. She's so beautiful, but she's
That's
so
my
cute.
baby.
And so, like, we see her on social media. She used to be a little girl. Now she's growing up. She's beautiful. So, how do you fit all that and still balance the family man?
Well, the thing is like, I know when I wake up in the morning, I pray, meditate, whatever it is, throw on my music, and the very first thing for me in the morning, besides taking care of myself first, secondly, is bringing her to school every morning.
Okay.
I don't care where I'm at. Like during school time, like the school season, I make sure I'm not out of town from Monday through Friday. I'm bringing her to school every day. I'm never missing, ever. So I'm spending more time with her in the car before she go to school and preparing her for her day, and we just talking. And then I'm surprised she ain't text me. Where you at? Because she followed me, my location. So it's like that relationship. I look at a lot of females in a scene that probably lost their father, that was close with their father, that, you know, that relationship they had.
Correct.
So it's like, damn, that's how your father made you feel when he transitioned. I want that same feeling if something was to happen to me. So I try to spend as much time with my daughter. And again, like, I'm her first love.
Correct.
You know, so it's like when she get older, this is the bar my dad set.
Absolutely.
You know, so if what I'm putting inside of her mind, letting her do her own research because she's 12 and she worked that phone pretty well.
Right.
But she told me, Daddy, look, I don't think you should be vaping, because she saw me with a Rod pens. Rod, what's up, Rolling Coals? And she saw me smoking that pen. She was like, I don't think you should be smoking that pen. The vape bad. Then she gave me a scripture to go with that. She said a hookah is better. I'm like, but it's the same thing. But I didn't want to go back and forth.
Right.
But the thing is just seeing that we can have that open communication.
Correct.
She know I'm her father first.
Correct.
And her friend second.
Right.
So it's not a disrespect thing and talking to me crazy, right? Because I talk to my daughter the way I talk to my peers.
Right.
But without the profanity.
Right.
Which she gonna see that anyway, it's the internet.
Right.
But she see how I use my choice of words. Now we just joking around. She always, bruh. I said, what's wrong? In the text message, that's how she answered me. Bruh, I'm like, what's wrong? Man, this and this happened, this and that happened. So it's like we having those conversations. But when it's time for that father and daughter, hey dad, hey father, hey poppy, hey this, you know, so we talking. So for me to keep that open line of communication and relationship with my daughter, I make sure every day I bring her to school.
Okay.
And as long as she's doing good, I reward her.
Correct.
So it's like, I'm not just going, even though you're my only child, and I do want to spoil you,
right.
But what are you giving me in return?
Correct.
Right? So what are you working for? Whatever you work for, I'm going to give you the gifts.
Correct.
So I mean, that's just what I do, and I just make sure Miami, we going there. So I don't want no, man, I can fly you to Miami. No, she been there.
Yeah.
Plenty of time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's our place. You want to go to Miami? Want to go to Miami? I said, okay, just go to Miami for what? I just want to go to this t-shirt place. Love, we can order that. But it's the experience.
Correct.
So if I didn't grow up with that, and I introduced her to that, I'm just big on making sure my daughter, if something was to happen to me, God forbid, she can say, my father went above and beyond to make sure I experienced what I wanted to experience.
Correct.
And she gave, so that's why I just love my kid. I'm always with her.
Man,
Yeah.
shout out to the black fathers,
Yeah.
bro. I feel like black fathers don't get enough credit.
No.
You know, the fathers are important, period. But
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't have to say
Right,
it, but
you know
I feel
how
like
it
the
is.
black
Yeah,
fathers don't get enough credit. So shout out to the black fathers, man. That's important. All that. But we live different. You know, we experience different things or whatever, and little girls need their daddy.
They
For
need their
real.
daddy.
Like, my daddy got killed when I was 1.
See?
So life is different.
It's different.
You know what I'm saying? And I see my friends, you know, they had their daddy.
Yeah.
You know, like my little sister, she got her daddy. That's like some shit I ain't never had.
Hey,
you know, so
right.
it's like I have boys or whatever. And like I feel like little boys, like they love their mama different. Like it's different. Like my oldest son, he don't play by his mama.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
protective of my mom,
so
too.
he be like, I be like, okay, you know, like calm down,
Yeah.
it's okay, but he's security for real,
For real, yeah.
You know, and even the baby, he do the most.
Right.
But like even though like I told somebody like whether you have a daughter, whether you have a son, if you're a black father, like whether you know you have a relationship with your child where it's not that good, some kind of relationship is better than no relationship.
Right.
I feel like
Yeah.
because I mean once a child reaches that age, they gonna form their own opinion.
Yeah.
And whether you was there or not, they still gonna have their own choice whether they want to know why
Right.
or not.
Right.
You know, and if you could give that, why not?
Right. So it's like, then when she surprised me at the sneaker ball of every first one, like when she came, I was crying because it's like, man, I worked all. Because she was like, I want to see what it is you be doing and why they call you Livin Lavish. Because she didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? She just see what's on, you know. She was like, well, I just want to see. So when she saw it, she was like, wow, this nice. And I'm in a, nobody saw that, well, the people that was close. I'm crying. I said, Lord have mercy. I said, you gotta go. She said, no, Dad, I just want to see it, just, you know. So when it comes to that, I try to keep, not try, I work my hardest to make sure my relationship with my daughter is very important to me and, you know, to her as well, because, again, something happened, I just want her to know that. And, you know, anybody see her, man, your daddy, he did this, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, that's
people remember that.
People remember that.
Correct.
So that's it.
Okay. So people who wanna follow you, tell them how they can connect with you.
Instagram _ I am Livin Lavish _ Twitter I am Livin Lavish, Facebook Darrell Thomas. You can also hit up our business page Livin Lavish on Facebook and our business page on Instagram _ Livin _ Lavish _ So that's it.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
You know that, man.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I reached out to some people, you know. I sent out my little invites and stuff like that, and I was like, well, okay, all that. But then you came back, you was like, wait, I forgot to send my email.
Yeah, I forgot to get to my email because it's like I have so much going on. I'm like, now Destiny knows she can just text or call.
I know you was coming.
Yeah,
I knew you was coming.
Just text or call me because I am crazy busy, but I still make time for the people who make time for me because I want to. Again, we talked about this other T Awards before you talked to anybody about that.
Correct.
Literally, he was like, I said, man, do that, do it. So it's like I want to show up for you the way you would show up for me. Just you know how to get in touch with me.
Every damn time.
Yeah, you know,
that's
out of all the people I tell, listen, all the people that know me personally, and you have my phone number. And we in the business together. Please call my phone or text me. Do not use social media like Destiny did. And look where we at today because she made a phone call and text. So but you know what? I'm big on. I try not to like. Uncle T tell me all the time. He's like, you never utilize your resources. I'm like. I'm the same way till I stepped out of my comfort zone and started doing that.
I'm really bad at that.
I know.
Because I never want to. You know, I know everybody busy, and I never want to make somebody be like, hey, you know, I did this for you. come through. You know what I'm saying?
But you gotta understand though, not the people that you deal with, they won't do that. That's you with your subconscious mind thinking.
Absolutely,
they
yeah.
No,
I'll be like,
everybody be willing to help you. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't do everything by ourselves, because that's how it was, right?
Absolutely.
So I get what I'm saying, because I wasn't utilizing my resources either.
Yeah.
He was like, man, you come to Atlanta, you ain't holler at me. I'm like, damn, oh my bad.
Listen, I'm bad. I'm bad at that. I don't even. He might be the only resource that I utilize because I ask him everything. He tell me go Google. Shout out to Tony. That's my
Big T, my dog, man.
best friend. But whatever. We gotta,
Yeah.
But like, he the only resource I probably utilize. Like, no lie. He be like, go Google. I be like, this is what you tell the other people. I don't have to Google. You're Google.
Right.
So I'm gonna call you. He be like, he talk that shit, but then I get the information. But whatever. So anyway.
It's always a teachable moment with us though. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, like today he said, don't ask me for no money, I'm not a bank. You wanna sell your phone?
I saw that.
Text him.
On Facebook.
I was like, I could borrow $200.
Yeah.
he like, bruh. I'm like, but I had to push it, just to see if I was good,
Right.
He said, yeah, but I was like, I don't need it, but I still gotta, do what I gotta do, whatever. See if I still got it, or
You still got it, bro.
But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank you for coming.
Hey,
I appreciate you. I feel like this is deja vu.
Deja vu.
From the first time. And like speaking on the first time. So like I'm so good. Like, I dip in and out and stuff like that. I'm a procrastinator. That's my biggest, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I wear my feelings on my sleeve. Sometimes I used to take personal. I'd be like, why you don't be doing this? Or why you don't be doing that? You know what? Because I'm so like passionate about
what
like
you do.
so like it would annoy me, so like sometimes I like step back, but like I'm thinking about it. We're talking on this interview right now, and I just feel like I'm so blessed to still be like dealing with the same people, because we did this before and I still got it, but it never aired, and the same person shot it, trailer shot it, and we was kind of still like learning together with the tea time thing, and I'm like, it's like deja vu, because like got this green background, and last time we did it I had on a green Southern t-shirt, and I remember Trailer called me, he like, guess what? I was like, what? He was like, we can't see your shirt on the green screen. I'm like,
because it was green. That's why it never came out.
So I'm like, it's just rolling around again, and I'm thinking like, man, shout out to Picture Perfect Film, like for real, like. I'm all about working with everybody, but like I said, the people I started with, all of it is like, I just love the people I started with. And I can't do nothing without trailing. I'm like, so like, people give me more credit. I'm really not that smart. And my friends, they're smarter. So like, I can't do nothing without, absolutely, I can't do nothing without, trailing. So shout out to Picture Perfect Film, because he gonna make all this look good.
Yeah.
But anyway, you got anything you want to tell them before we go?
Man, listen, man. The only thing I can tell y'all, keep God first. Keep God in your life, because without God in your life, you are nothing.
Absolutely. Thank y'all for tuning in. Okay, so and on tonight's episode was sponsored by Hot Food Express. This is the cracked rice is amazing. I'm not gonna eat any of this tonight because I already had some and I'm full. So we're gonna send this home with Rail. And he gonna enjoy us. But thank you, Z, we appreciate it.